What's up, all you hooligans? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. It's the Neutral Zone. I got my crime partners out there, Danny D'Lo and my Cuban, Carlos
Yo!
Wild on 2. And our
What up, though?
special guests today are John and Heather from the John and Heather Show. And I really love this show. I've been watching it, and, well, at least when I get the damn notifications, because I hit that bell and you know how YouTube is. But John and Heather got a really good format. I like how they come out, they talk, and then the next thing you know, boom, they do a video in between, interviewing, all that good stuff. So I want to welcome them to the show. How you
Buddy.
doing, John and Heather? You're out of Miami, so you're, right in
Yeah.
there in the Cuban section of town, you said. So what's up, guys?
305.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you
We're
doing?
doing
The John had the show.
How you doing? And I'm Heather. How's everybody doing out there? First off, I made a mistake. I am from Miami, but we're not in Miami. We're in Citrus County.
About 90 miles north of Tampa or so.
Right. Which is a little bit farther from
Miami.
right.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
like
it is.
that.
You know where I used to live, John? You heard of Newport Richie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not far from Newport Richie.
Pasco County. If you guys know, you know.
We know Pasco County. We're familiar with Pasco County and all of the alleged
Things that go on.
in
Yeah,
ain't,
Pasco
the-
County.
ain't that Pasco County where that sheriff is? That's always on everybody's nuts.
That great.
No, that's Polk County. That's Polk County.
Oh, that's
He's-
Polk.
Judge.
Yeah, he's at Polk. He's out of Orlando. No, Pasco County. If you want to see Pasco, go to Live PD. There you go.
Ah, okay. Well,
Live
John,
PD.
Yeah, great judge.
how we work this usually is we go through a round type of table deal. I'll ask a question, Carlos and Danny D'Lo ask, and we'll have some fun. My first question is, how did you guys get started, and where did you get your idea of how to format your show? Because you're doing something different than a lot of people do. Like I said, you start out by talking like where you are now, and then you throw a video in of you interviewing people. It is an awesome kind of format.
Yeah, well, part of our show is that we also work with Born to Ride magazine. And with Born to Ride magazine, we get to go out on basically assignments. So let's say one was like to Cherokee, North Carolina. We'd go to
the interview.
Yeah, and we'd go to Cherokee, North Carolina, and we'd see biker Choppertown, interview the builders from Choppertown, and then we'd go out on like an excursion. We'd go to Soco Falls, film the falls. take
That was
hike
a
up
lot
there
of fun. We
with
got
my
to go-
camera strapped to me, filming these falls. Have Heather going up there, and then her nickname, her ride name is Squirrel. So there she is scooting down there. We film this, edit it, and what we'll do is we'll talk about it. We'll say, hey, we were here. It was a beautiful country, and we'll do a lead in into it, and then we'll play the video. And what's also good is, like, since we're in conjunction also with Born to Ride magazine, like the one of our other shows that we had on that you really enjoyed was when they had Dale's Wheels Through Time Museum, the museum and everything that all runs.
We got to go through that.
Yeah, we got to go through that. But Dale Walksler, who is the founder of the museum, passed away, and his son Matt took over the family business, which is the museum. And
Right.
everything. I mean, this guy had every single Harley you could think of, from like the first originals, concepts, World War II models, everything you could think of. And Matt took it over, and we interviewed him. He kicked over 1914 Harley for us. Second star, second.
But they want to know how we met or how it got
Oh,
started.
well, that's.
Started on a bet.
Oh, was that when we were at the shed?
It got started on a bet.
I'm sorry. I was gonna
She
say
just like Chinatown, man. Chinatown puts me in check, Jack.
Oh, now we're just gonna go on a tangent, right? Probably so.
He's a sticky glue that holds me together. No, we were sitting out at a place that was called the Shed. We were just hanging out, having a good time. And Heather's like, I'm really into doing all of these pictures and stuff.
Well, why do I do pictures?
Okay, well, a little backstory on Heather. Heather was in a very serious car accident back in 2010 and wound up getting a closed head injury and traumatic brain damage from it, which she had short-term memory loss. So when we met,
I
She
take
took
a lot of
pictures
photos,
everything.
and I love taking my photos.
Yes. So I was wondering, like, why are you taking so many photos and all this other
What's
stuff?
the matter with
Almost
me?
documenting it, and putting it out on Facebook. And one day I found you sitting in the bedroom and you were crying. And I walked up to him, like, honey, what's wrong with you? And she goes, John, tell us about our first date. And that's when I put the two and two together, that she had the short-term memory loss. And we went through the pictures that she took of our first date, right about the time of our first date. And it jogged her memory. And then that passion led to talking to people. And we love riding, and we have the gift of gab. We love talking to people. So,
I like to talk shit.
Yeah, exactly. So what we did is
Talk
really,
shit.
we're not doing it.
Man, where's
Yeah.
Jesse?
You're in a right place.
I'm gonna get in trouble. As we speak, she's getting an ass tattoo somewhere. So I know she's watching because she just texted me, stop looking at my phone.
I'm getting my tattoo tomorrow.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her already.
Exactly.
My girl Jess. Go ahead, Wild on too.
No, I wanted to. I mean, obviously in Florida, you can ride all year long. And people don't understand when people say you do see people with flip-flops, shorts, tank tops riding motorcycles all the time, and people don't understand that how Florida. But what's your favorite event in Florida itself, other than like Bike Week in Daytona or something? What do you like to do or travel to? I don't know how south you go in Florida.
What's up, FHO? Go ahead.
We've gone like south of Brandon and what's south of Brandon? That's Oh, give me a hand here, guys. What's south?
We'll go anywhere in Florida.
Yeah.
Our boundaries, we don't have any
Not
for
really,
Florida.
because
We'll
we
go
also-
just about anywhere.
Yeah, because we have the toy hauler now too.
Yeah, we have a nice toy hauler. How big is our toy
We
hauler?
got a 25-foot THX toy hauler. And it's wonderful. We love the damn thing because we can take the Harley with us. When we went to North Carolina, we brought it with us so we could ride the mountains.
Right. So we go. Where was Charlotte's Web?
Charlotte. Oh, geez, Walla Hula. Yeah, Walla Hula.
Walla
Hula.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. We've been there.
That's as far south as we've been.
Yeah, that's pretty far out there. That's out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. It's a great destination though, man. The middle of nowhere, man.
It's a great biker place.
Constantly.
Yeah, there's a lot of great biker bars in Florida, little put-on places in Florida in between. I mean, the dangerous routes is US 19, obviously.
Yeah.
Riding. I mean, I like going through US 19 because you go off the beach area. So then I'll go to Clearwater, St. Pete, Sarasota, go all the way down Fort Myers. Then I'll hit to the Central Florida, Lakeland area and go north.
Thing, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
We don't ride with chancletas and flip-flops and shorts. We ride.
That's what Danny D'Lo does.
We ride.
Nah, you got me messed up.
You know what it is? I'm sitting here, Danny, saying, you know what? We must be in a weird Twilight Zone stuff. The Florida people, they crazy, man. They wearing flip-flops and stuff. That's craziness.
No.
Each time I visit, I go back and visit. I actually see everybody, a bunch of people in flip-flop tank tops.
They do. They
really do.
They wear flip-flops. You're absolutely right.
On the sport bikes are even worse, man. They'll have like a white beater shirt on and shorts and almost barefoot. Like sandals or barefoot, 100 miles an hour.
We'll see them ride by in a bikini top or something like what I'm wearing right now. Instead of with a cut on, or at least.
Well, I am kind of guilty of riding with a bikini on a couple times.
I'll wear a this. And I'll wear a cut over.
That's going to be on the calendar now, man. We're going to put a calendar shoot of that. We should all get on a bike.
By the way, we got China Doll in the house. We have to wish everybody's a happy Mother's Day. Heather, you too. Shocker, all yous. Happy Mother's Day. You guys put up.
What's up, China Doll?
Happy Mother's Day, China.
We got Heather on, China, man. She's just like you. She's checking John, man. She checks him. I love that stuff.
You can tell they've been together for a while.
Right. So what's up, Danny? What you got?
How long you guys been what got you inspired to be bikers, to ride your bikes and do everything? Like, what inspired both of you to just do it?
We just love. I've been riding my whole life. The first bike I had was 7 years old, and I was always been comfortable on two wheels. And same thing with Heather, she's always been comfortable on two wheels. And I never really found a riding. I mean, I've been married before, and my wife rode with me, but it's never has been the same with Heather. Heather and me just on the bike, it's just like we're two puzzle pieces. We fit, on the
Right.
bike, and we just ride really well. And when we're riding, she does a lot of the road footage.
I do the GoPro, and
road footage.
I'm able to move, and I'm pretty limber, so I've been riding all my life too. I used to race.
I heard the
Okay.
limber. I'm like,
Limber.
her legs are wrapped around, coming on.
I used to race enduros when I was younger. For my dad, I used to ride horses, and I used to race enduros for my dad.
Okay.
And I was the only girl that raced on the track. I loved it because I would put those boys to shame.
I bet you did.
Yeah, I did. So
Rob Benjamin asked you guys, John and Heather, what was your best rally you've ever been to?
Probably when we got married, you think? Well,
no, Cherokee.
Cherokee was a cool rally because when we were in Cherokee, North Carolina, the scenery there was so beautiful. You couldn't even take a bad picture, and you're way up in the mountains, and we went riding in the mountains. We actually went with the Cherokee chief.
Yeah.
We rode up the mountains with him.
That's beautiful up there.
They just took off like a bad apple and left us.
Them. Oh my God, it's like 300 feet down this cliff.
And we never rode in the mountains before.
I got a big 1,000-pound bagger. Trying to keep up, got up there, made it, took my pictures.
And we're riding behind trying to keep up with them.
But we love it. We don't care. We just love the ride. We're able to take our pat. And I started getting into taking pictures when she was, asking, can you take pictures of this, and that, because of her memory loss. And we just started putting everything together. I really got into taking pictures and loved it. She got into video editing, and she really loved that. We're all self-taught. And it just happened to be something that grew. And then we met Ron Galletti from Born to Ride magazine.
And he took us under his wing.
Exactly. And really showed me how to take pictures of motorcycles, how to, take a picture of something so it's a sexy shot, not a blank footage or anything like that. You want one of those shots in a magazine that pop. And he's been doing it for 25 years, 26 years, and I just had to, it teaches me a lot. And to top it all off, he used to be in a 1980s thrash band named Nasty Savage. And when he tours, you got to go on our YouTube. I can't even explain this band. He invented thrash music. And smashes TVs over his head and bleeds everywhere. It's like a cross between Ric Flair from wrestling and like a grunge band. But it's really, we get to go on stage and tape. That's something else that nobody gets a chance to do because they're the rock stars from the 80s. But just putting all of the stuff together that we love and being able to put it out there for other people to enjoy. So I remember when my YouTube channel hit 5,000 too, man. I was super happy about that too.
Right.
You're freaking thrilled, man. We never thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right now, we're at 6.
We're getting close to 7.
Yeah, we're getting close to 7. And we never thought that would happen.
It's continually
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, so anybody in the comment section, if you guys are not following, so I just subscribed. I was just looking right now, and I made sure I subscribed to their channel. Go subscribe to their channel. Check them out. Like I said, independent bikers. I mean, they're a big group, and what they're showing is actually what the day in the life of a regular biker is. We're not talking about MC, so that's awesome to watch.
I'm obviously irregular. I'm wishing I was them.
I know.
I'm listening to all this stuff they're talking about. I'm like, man, you guys are living life, man. Right on.
Well, I'm surprised you guys being from Florida that Daytona ain't big on the list.
Real bikers don't go there.
See,
it's sloppy. I mean,
it is.
We're also the house.
It's amateur week.
Right? Was it, Danny?
I said it's amateur week.
Yeah, I know. And Main Street, and man, sometimes the place gets just too drunk for me. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah, we don't drink.
And no
me neither. That's awesome.
Anybody that does, no offense to anyone that does, more power to you.
Oh, I try to offend them all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually. So this weekend, I just offended 2 people that I just met. I was out with a brother of mine, and it was his mother-in-law and her boyfriend. And they're like, yeah, we want to go for a ride. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I meet them up at this bar. We're having lunch or whatever. And I'm like, well, I need gas. I'm like, so let's go hit the quick trip up here, fill up, and then we'll take off. And they wanted me to lead, because I know all the back roads in my area. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, no problem. We get the quick trip, which is literally, I think it's like maybe not even 10 minutes away from where we just left. We get to the bar, we fill up, and my boy's like, all right, cool. So you want to go here and there? And I'm like, yeah, man, we'll back road it over there, for the day or whatever. And then these people are like, well, we want to go to this bar that's like literally about 15 minutes away. And I'm like, we just left the bar. Why do you want to go back to a bar again? You know what I'm saying? And oh, well, we like to go to the different bars. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you guys are drunks. I'm like, yeah, I don't ride with drunks. I'm like, have a nice day. I literally just walked over, got on my bike, and left my boy sitting there. I was like, I don't ride with drunks. Sorry, I'm a biker. I ride my motorcycle. I don't go bar hopping.
Yeah.
And the weirdest
And
thing
it's hard to find people like us. Like, it's hard to find people that just like to go ride. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't need to ride 100 miles and then get off my bike. Like, I can ride 20, 30 miles, get off, hang out, shoot the shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about just having fun and enjoying the scenery. But I'm not going to bars like, every couple minutes. I'm like, no, it's not my thing.
There's other things to see besides bars. That's how I look at it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. You stop at a bar, you grab a burger, grab some lunch, grab dinner, even whatever. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I'm a gas station mutt, man. I'm always at a gas station, sitting there, just people watching, having something to drink and a couple of smokes.
We
Yeah,
like
well, in Texas, we have all the barbecue places that we just travel to. Jesse and I and some guys, we just ride to. It can be an hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes each way, 2 hours. We'll just ride, go to barbecue place, sit outside,
There you
hang
go.
out, talk, and go through the hill country, hit some twists, and come back.
We go out to the
Yeah,
ocean.
Yeah,
that's
we
what
like
it's about. It's about riding your motorcycle, man.
Oh yeah.
most
And
of the-
you can tell. I mean, literally, you can tell by. I get people from obviously they email me from YouTube and they want to ride with me, and then I start riding, and you can tell they don't put time on the bike when they're trying to keep up and take. I'm not even trying to help that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be safe when I ride with other people, but you can tell they're a little white knuckling.
Right.
They're not.
Hey, John and
Yeah.
Heather, do you get a lot of people that when you're out and about want to ride with you?
Yes, we do. And I ride with everybody I find. I really, as long as it's going in my direction, I have no problems with it at all.
and they're safe as long as they're safe.
Yeah, I mean, like if I know them, I can already see them swerving all over the place.
Then we're not
gonna
riding
do
with
it. I may get in front, and have Heather keep an eye on him from behind, make sure he's going to be safe. I've done
Right.
that. I've had a couple of my friends that sometimes they'll listen to me. Sometimes I say, you need to switch over and drink some water, sit your ass down for an hour or two, man. Then maybe you can go ahead and
Right.
ride. And I've
I've done that a lot.
But I'll ride with just about anybody. I don't care, and depending on their skill level, will be depending on how close I'm getting, to them.
Yep. Yeah.
And I ride a lot.
And it's not even the drinking. Is when you ride long distances, and a lot of people don't know, they don't want to stop. They're dehydrated. They're almost passing out on that bike or so, and they're just not even thinking clearly.
Mhm.
I'm kind of picky on who I ride with. Like, I like riding, I guess you would call it club style or whatever, side by side. That's just the way I was brought up. That's the way I'm comfortable riding.
We ride like
I'm not a big staggered fan, but yeah, I'm real cautious on who I allow next to me. Like,
yeah, when you pull
know.
side by side, you got to be careful when you ride.
yeah, yeah, you got to make sure that
especially the
person
potholes.
has been here before.
Yeah,
They
you
can-
ride your
You
deuce.
want to hear a good one? You want to know the best riding?
What was that, Carlos?
No,
I'm
just the potholes. Like when I ride side by side, but so the person needs to know how to ride side by side. When there's a pothole, they see the pothole and give you
Dude,
space.
I got a story about a pothole. So I was rolling down a highway and I was with a good brother of mine and Hollywood's Red. And me and Red have rode many miles together. Okay. We've got thousands of miles together. So, we ride side by side where, our knees are touching. It doesn't bother us. So we're going down a highway and we're clipping good, like about 80, 90 miles an hour. We're moving. We're on our way somewhere. And we had a couple guys behind us. And dude, I see a pothole in front of us. And I don't know why, but for some reason, this felt safer to go left than right from the pothole because of where it was located in the road. So I went left. I leaned left a little bit, just to get away from it. And literally, my hand and my brother's hand, we were touching, like holding hands, man. Like our throttles were together, and we're doing 90 miles, between 80 and 90. Like we're moving. And I moved over. We both kind of hit each other a little bit. I looked over at him. He looked over at me. It was no big deal. Then I just moved back around, and we just kept going. Like that's what you need to be. Need next to you. That's why I'm real picky, because anybody else, if you did that, now they're gonna swerve. Next thing you know, you're all over the highway. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. When I went past that pothole, I saw a Chinaman looking up at me. That's how deep this thing was, man. It was crazy.
Where
Like
do
I
you
wouldn't.
get where do you get your ideas, John and Heather, for your shows? Because you do a lot of good interviews and videos of those interviews in the middle of your show. How do you set that up?
What we'll do is, let's say we have like a new interview that we did, like when we went on the CARES run, for to bring awareness to abused children.
Yeah, that came in.
And we went ahead, we filmed that, and we put that out. It just, we love doing charity. What it is, we love doing charity. We love interviewing people that do charity. We love going on rides.
And that also happened to be the same time as Abused Children's Awareness Month. So it coincided.
So we wrapped our show around it. We did our show leading into it, talking about the run, talking about, Ninja and Guard Dog and the founders of the organization. And then we would lead into the video that we did of the ride footage and some of the people that were there, pictures. And, we had a full escorted ride, so a cop parade and everything that did it, And
that was the first time we got to ride behind the police and actually be 4 feet behind police and not go to jail. It was great.
Behind the cops, man. 3 biker cops, 1, 2, and 3. And I had to ride right there in the corner between all the biker cops. And these guys don't fuck around, man. These guys literally, like, at the hills, like the Blue Angels will do that pattern, and you can see like the star in the sky. These guys were like that.
They could ride.
Dude, those biker cops, man, they got skills, man.
Oh, they put in the time, man. They don't. Yeah, no, they put in time. They can literally really outride most people.
I gave them props after watching how well
they really can, man. I mean, like, we've all gone to a Harley dealer and we see, where they got the cones and they got, some cop out there going around, and dude, you watch him, man, and it's like, damn, it's like that dude knows his stuff, One time I would like to be a jerk and walk up to him and be like, all right, that's cool. You did that on that bike. Now get on my bike and show me to do that on my bike. Like, let's just see if it's like a special setup or something. You know what I'm saying? Like just to mess with them.
Yeah, I've seen them.
No, they're not Gold Wings. They're Harleys.
Yeah,
well, up here anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, so up here they have a lot of Gold Wings, Hondas.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have all Harleys out here. Crystal Harley, like most of the Harleys.
Yeah, that's same way out here too. They got all Harleys.
Most of the retired ones are the instructors in a lot of these advanced bike riding. I know that.
I've seen the
course. I wonder, is there like a police course that we could take? Because that would be cool to do.
I've seen it advertised.
There is.
$150 so you can take the police course. Only thing though, my bike, I spent a lot of time and money on my bike. And I don't want to go to a slow speed closed course on a bike that I can smash. If they're going to give me their bike to ride, I'm more than happy to. I'll take the class.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with that. I got a lot of money in my bike too, and I'm like, yeah, if I crash it, it's gonna be an hour and a half of me crying and sobbing and kicking shit. I'm gonna kick every cone on that parking lot. Like, dude, it's gonna be a situation.
I got my guards, and I got my guards, and there's a guy in Texas that sells these little guards that because I scrape my bike all the time. I've got a 2020 Road Glide and limited. I scrape it, I drop it because I practice, I mess around, I do donuts on it, and to practice.
Well, you're just not a good rider. That's why you drop it all the time.
Oh,
be honest.
Yeah, that's why. If you don't challenge yourself and you don't drop your bikes, then you're not really challenging, man.
You know what? You're right. You are right away.
People give up like when you do donuts really tight and just start spinning. You can stand on on your kick on the side and
I've
just kind of
seen
just keep circling around. But that's why I placed a little, I forgot what they're called. I bought them. They weren't too expensive, and you just put them on the side. So that's what scrapes the bottom.
So you've been doing tricks on your bike?
The what?
On the road glide, you're doing tricks on that?
Well, not big tricks, but I mean, I'll be going side to side around the cones. I'll scrape going like just going in circles and stuff around cones. And
Well, the big
I haven't
trick
done it in
is
a while. I
what
did
is
that
it?
I was
Clutch
doing that last
and your
year a
rear
lot more.
brake.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just and then do practice with the friction zone. Like basically just stop and just move very slowly. I can really do that really well, especially in traffic areas.
Okay, I gotta ask, why are you morons doing tricks on your freaking baggers?
It's not a trick, man. It's when you go in the parking lot, you know how to maneuver around idiots.
Because we can.
They're toys.
And see, wait a minute. I'm not doing tricks on my bagger. I ride my bagger. I don't have no situations in life where I have to do a donut in the middle of the road. So.
Oh, I do.
I got to turn around right now.
You ain't no fun.
Do you have biker games up there?
Yeah, because they're all down here. Slow speed races, weenie bikes, all that.
Do you have biker games up there like that?
No, they're in parts of Texas. They do have the little mini bike dirt tracks. Yeah, they have like little.
Yeah, mini bike misfits.
Mini bike misfits.
But on your own
we're here in the Midwest. We have nothing cool. Like there really ain't nothing fun like that.
You're cool.
So you
don't. No, I'm not cool either.
Cool up here. Our women ain't even cool like you guys. But I guess
no, they're not.
I guess this is a Florida thing or something where you know, or either that or Marlins fans who want to trick out bikes and stuff.
Goddamn right. Look, Juanito.
You know what it is? It's all the places where the weather is warm all year round. We live in a suck ass area, man. We get 4 months if we're lucky to enjoy our lives and have fun. The rest of the year, it's just go to sleep and hope you wake up in spring.
Yeah, winter for us is just a little chilly. You know, it's not.
How you doing, Commander? Arms in the house. One thing that we were talking about, John and Heather, before we came on, I got a grandson that I deal with spina bifida and stuff, and we were talking about how special needs kids, they really do take on life, man, and they do it with a smile. They're not like most of us who would, complain, cry, moan. They take it on, and I like to get your story on that.
Well, yeah, it's close to home for us because we have a daughter with Down syndrome, and I'm a retired special needs teacher. So for me, it's just it's a way of life.
Yeah, and Kayla's just so special. I mean,
right.
Kayla has Downs, and she's just a beautiful person through and through.
She's 26 now, and it's just been an exciting 26 years.
Yeah, she lives an independent living. She's very comfortable that way. She has a job. She has her own money. Matter of fact, they're all going to get a tattoo together for Mother's Day. Yes, Kayla's 26, and she has a tattoo.
And it's her second
big
tattoo.
badass tattoo, as she puts it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Her first tattoo was a Hello Kitty in her heart, and she got that on her arm. And we were hoping that
nice.
And we're just making sure she can handle it well. She can handle it like a trooper, man.
Yeah, and for here we live in a small rural town. We have a center called the Key Facility, and that's a special needs facility. Key Training Center. We also have
Moving Mountains for the disabled.
Yeah, we have Moving Mountains, which is where Kayla, our daughter, goes. And these facilities really help children or adults now that have transferred over into adult facilities and adult living, where they can live on their own, like our daughter, but have help at the same time, because she's always going to need help.
A little bit of help,
right. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
And we take her everywhere. Just like tomorrow, they're going to get their family tats. They're all going to get butterflies on their arm.
Well, special tattoos. Yeah.
Special tattoos.
Nice.
Yeah, and for us, we think, as bikers and as people, we just think that it's a way of life, and if be happy. These children look at life and they don't analyze life. They don't have a way of analyzing life like we do.
They're just happy
So
to be there.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Happy to be there. Happy to be in the moment.
They keep it really simple. I have a story of a kid with special needs, and he went to, I think it was Disney World, and they put him in that, the glass thing with all these flying money that they have to catch, and they said, oh, you got the most you catch in 30 seconds, within I forgot what the deal was that they won. So the kid just stood there, and the 30 seconds are going, and then 30 seconds are over, and it all piled on the ground. He picked it all up from the ground and just walked off.
Nice.
Everybody was just thinking, like, literally, he really fought everybody because he just waited. He goes, it's kind of crazy to grab it in the air, and he just let it all fall when the air stopped and picked it up off the ground. So of course, they let him win, but they keep it simple. I actually was a special needs teacher also. I helped out severe emotional disorder kids more after that. Kids that were troubled youth and were skipping school, fighting gangs. So I helped out with that. So it's tough. It's really tough. They have.
I did a little bit of that too.
They all have their own, their own plan.
Right.
But they keep it serious and straightforward, and they all need somebody to just be there for them.
You know what? I guess this is a question for everybody. It seems like bikers, motorcycle enthusiasts, they care more for special needs. They're more involved than the regular citizenry. Why do you think that is? John and Heather, you first.
Well, bikers are very family oriented. Whether your family is your MC or your family is your family. And when we see a small child that's being beat up or a disabled child, it really hits us in the heart because it hits us at home because we're very family oriented. Your other people out here that work at 9 to 5, they give you liberals or whatever, they don't care. They do their job, they pay their charity, that's where their money goes. They don't get involved. Bikers like to get involved. Anything for a good ride. Really, if that good ride involves the money, bringing a toy, that's what we like to do.
Yeah.
Nope.
Very well.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Well,
why do you think it's us as a community that really gets involved?
To be honest, I think overall as a biker community, not MC related, as a biker community, it's all walks of lives. So many people different. I don't care what job, where you're from, have money, no money, have bikes that ride and travel around and meet people. And when you're around different types of people, you can kind of see the best in everybody, and you resonate with more people. So when you see someone's special needs or anything, I mean, they're just like they said, part of the family as a biker community. And I think we're out in public more. Most people, they stay in their houses or stay in their cars, and we like the surroundings. We like being with the wind in our face, not my hair. But I think it's more that we kind of are, even though they're introverts to a point, bikers we're really social in general. We like gatherings. We like being together, barbecues, dinners, outings, picnics. I think we're just used to being a family-oriented group in general.
Danny.
I mean, like John said, man, we're and Carlos, we're family oriented people, but what people don't get is we got huge hearts, man. And we're very passionate about riding. We're passionate about our brotherhood, whether it be club or not. And we just have that heart, man. And we're natural protectors. We want to protect children. We want to protect women. We want to protect our brothers. And it's just who we are, man. It's like you don't know it's ingrained into you until one day you wake up and realize this is you. Whether it's been instilled into you or not, it's just part of us. I don't know if it just naturally comes with just riding with good bros, and I don't know what I can't explain that part of it, but like I said, I mean, we're just natural protectors, and we're natural, just passionate people, man. And like John said, I mean, anything for a good ride.
Willie ZPZ, Heather and John, so supportive. My daughter was born with CDH. Need more people like this. And Tiger Ward has a question. How long has John and Heather been together?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years married for 1.
Rock on, man.
Really? I would have thought you guys were together for like 20, 30 years,
We
man.
were a blind date.
We were a
We were a
blind
blind
date.
date. Yeah, she had a little bit of rough. My second wife, one of the reasons why I don't drink is because my second wife died of alcoholism. So I was in a rut.
Okay.
And a friend of mine that owned a store, and she's like, "It's time for you to go out with me, John." I was like, "All right." I go, "Do you have a friend?" You know, I didn't know anybody. And she goes, "Can you handle crazy?" I go, "Yeah, I can handle crazy." That night we talked on the phone for 4 hours straight.
Longer. It was
Yeah.
longer.
And then the next day we met up and actually met each other, and we haven't been apart since.
Oh, that's an
That's
awesome.
awesome, man.
You know,
I
getting
wish I
back-
had friends like that.
Yeah.
You wish you just had friends.
Oh, I got a lot of friends,
Not me.
but they're all
I have a lot of
married
acquaint-
and
I have a lot. I
they're
have a lot
not
of
fun.
acquaintances. I have a lot of acquaintances. Just a few friends that I trust. That's it.
Right.
Very
I'm
good.
actually, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm very blessed with a lot of friends. Like I've got some biker brothers and friends, and I got guys that I call them squares. Like they don't ride, they're not about the biker lifestyle or nothing, but they love me and I love them. Like I've been really, really blessed with good friends in my life, and a lot of them too. Not just like one or two, like Carlos.
Hey, 1 or 2 is fine, man. That's all I can. That's all. I'm happy.
That one or
If
two
they're
is
real,
always-
yeah, it doesn't
For real,
matter.
I'm happy. I'd rather have 4
Yeah.
quarters than 100 pennies, man.
Exactly.
Right?
Going
I
back to
agree.
that one question, I think, and I don't know, I know it is for me anyway, but even when we were going through school, we're the ones who really stood up for the ones that were getting bullied. We wouldn't let it happen. We had a conscience, and it just grew from there into when we started riding. It was a natural thing. I don't, what do you, I think that's what everybody.
I mean,
is.
I don't know if it was just from bikers in the back in the day that just fought for rights, and most people fight for their amendments and just fight for different reasons in general, right? From fist fights to regular fights. I mean, I'm the type of guy that'll stop the bike if I see a bunch of ducks crossing the road to stop all the cars. That's me. I'm one of those guys. I'll save a damn
Mhm.
possum. That's the type of guy I am.
everything.
Maybe do for a gopher tortoise. Down here in Florida, the gopher tortoises are like an endangered tortoise. And I am riding along, like, stop, screaming in my ear. I'm pulling over the side, trying to get across the street. She's not
Hey,
wanting
those
to-
turtles will freaking kill you too, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
you don't want to touch it. She's kind of shooting it with her foot.
It was
walk,
a snapper turtle.
yeah, it would walk a little bit and sit down. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's my wife.
No, but I remember in junior high. I was in 7th grade. I took on a 9th grader who was bullying a 7th grader in the locker room. That's where one of my first fights. I remember the first fights I ever got into was against a 9th grader, and I squared her out. I remember that because she was bullying another 7th grader. And that was the end of that 7th grade school. Yeah. That was the end of it.
Mark, he said it true right there, man. You will find out your true friends when you're in a jam, jail, or in need.
Yep.
Very
Yep.
well said.
Amen to that. And I've been all three.
Haven't we all?
That's
Now,
true,
do
right?
you write for the magazine, John and Heather, or do you do columns?
No, we don't write for the magazine. We do a lot for the media end of it. When it comes to when they're doing their weekly show, or on Biker, was it Wonder Ride TV on Sunday nights, 11 o'clock. And they have their own TV multimedia. So I do a lot of photography for the multimedia and a lot of the cinematography for that too.
And the interviews, we do
And the interviews. And then either ourselves, we go ahead, we take it, and we put everything together and edit it for our show, or for Born to Ride.
And we help with.
Or Born to Ride will do it, and they'll send it to us, or fix up whatever we did, and then we'll air it together, and we talk about it. And since we did the interview, we know all about it and what happened.
And then we go to the actual events themselves that
Yes.
represent Born to Ride.
Right out there.
So, like, we're going to Tallahassee this week,
Yeah,
and
not
we're
gonna go right
representing We're to ride for Rally and Tally.
And
So
then,
we're going to go to Rally and Tally.
and then October and November, we're going to be on the High Seas Rally, the cruise.
Yes, thank you, Ron Galletti, Debbie
Yes,
Galletti. They
we
gave
got a
us
cabin. Oh my
they
God,
gave
the
us
High
their
Seas
cabin
Rally.
for
Nice.
our anniversary,
3,000 bikers aboard a Royal Caribbean with free booze.
and we don't drink.
Yeah,
That sounds like a good
I
party.
always say I just drank once. I just never stopped. You know, that's. I'm very responsible.
You're not a quitter like us, Wild.
I should, you know what? I should probably correct myself. I can't say that I don't drink. Like, I have a couple beers here and there sometimes, but it's kind of rare. It's usually like maybe 2-3 times a year, if that.
I mean,
But-
I'm a social. I mean, I drink socially, but depends if Jess and I are together and I let her drink. I won't. I'll probably just have a couple drinks. Just I'm not going to be both of us drunk or anything at all because I'm always feeling protective in general.
Well, yeah, you got to watch her all the time.
No shit. I do. You
I know you do,
part of
bro.
life,
I've been on the phone with you before.
No. Hey, seriously, with Jess, I just literally sit down and let her. She's a social butterfly. She'll go around the whole bar, talk to people, bring them over. She'll know everybody's history, their child's names, know everything. And then people say, "Oh, you just don't go around following." I was like, "Nope." She'll come back. I'll get tired. I'll be.
She
tired
always
after
comes
a while.
back.
Always.
You know what? That's an interesting question for you, John and Heather. More so for John.
Okay.
We know how things work on a motorcycle. It's dangerous and stuff like that. Do you ever get overprotective or protective of Heather when she's on that bike with you? Because anything can happen, and this is especially true with people that have kids. Do you worry?
Yeah, I do because Heather has a tendency, from the motion of the motorcycle and everything, it could be a late night or whatever, and we're riding home, and all of a sudden I could feel her head. And what I do is I'll grab her and I'll grab her leg, and I'll wake her up to, oh, that's fine. Kiss my back. I'm awake. And that's when I really feel protective of her on the motorcycle. But besides that, she on a bike, my God,
You get mad if somebody comes close to us.
yes, I don't like somebody coming close to us and they're, when they're really acting a fool in the car, and I'm on the bike, you really can't do a lot of that. I get mad, but it's just, she's so good on the bike. I really don't have to worry too much about it on the bike unless it's a really late night and she falls asleep. But besides that, that's why her nickname is Squirrel. I mean, literally, she can all over the bike with the GoPro and everything and this and that. And I can ride. I'll be doing 55, 60. Yeah, she has GoPro and this, going around doing that. That's why she's we went down like in North Carolina. We went to the falls. I'm videoing how beautiful the falls are. I look down. She's all the way at the bottom, picking up rocks out of the damn river where it's falling down the fall. There's a mountain climbing equipment that's been hanging out for 10 years back there. I'm like, oh my God, please just make it up alive.
Do you ever get worried,
So
Carlos?
doing your videos, Dave and Heather, what like, was it John's idea or was it her idea or was it both your ideas?
Actually, it was
Like
her
what
like
was it?
like,
Okay.
Like he was saying, his wife will be the social butterfly and stuff like that. The problem is my wife will come running over to me, make me grab my camera, make me grab my microphone, and go running over and do anything. Like the guy we met there with a 2007
Nice.
Tri-Glide, and I kicked over 100,000 miles on his birthday, and he stopped the bike in the middle of the highway to take a picture.
Yeah, well, that was a great shot. You got to get a shot at that.
Nice.
I had to go ahead and
Yeah, you got to.
Exactly. You got to get in moments like that. You got to capture.
Yes. That's the one thing that we like to do too. Sometimes
Hollywood, I think
on my camera.
No, I was gonna say, Hollywood, I think you're.
I'm hoping to take mine this year.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Hey,
Go ahead, Carlos.
No, you were saying, what? Do I get protective on the bike with Jess on?
Yeah, do you get protective with Jess on the bike? Because I know damn well when China gets on, and I think it's more because of the kids. If something happens to me, that's fine. Yeah. But you don't want her going down with you.
Well, no, that's the reason I bring her, because I don't want to die alone. No, I'm kidding. No. Correct. Now that's an old flying joke for as a pilot when we take people. It's like we always bring somebody so we don't die alone. No, I I ride differently with her compared to when I ride by myself. I mean, I still ride fast with her. She loves speed, but during turns, I get very cautious. I overthink my turns to make sure, because I had a bad, I went down a long time ago on a big turn, pretty damn hard. And ever since then, if I'm riding with her, I'm easier on the bike, but I do get very protective when people, cars, other bikers or something. I do. I get kind of protective knowing that she's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I get really protective too because my blow up doll, man, them rocks, dude, that'll blow her right up, dude. It's messed up, man.
I know yours with the
And
mouse.
I'm fresh out of patches
I kill the
too.
bugs in there. I just, it's like a bug.
Well, if you're from the Midwest and
You know
Danny,
what? I was never really protective when I had my ex on the back of the bike. I don't know. Well, I guess it was a little different because my ex, she was pretty gangster too, so she could handle herself. And I never really got real protective. I always just was like, you know what? I know how to ride, you know, and I'm a pretty cautious rider. That doesn't mean, you know, we can't go down, of course. But I just always look at it like, you know what? I know what I'm
but
doing on the
worrying
bike, and
about
as
the
long as she's on
but
the back of the bike with me, we're good.
but worrying about others, Danny, I think that's where I'm at is the others like cagers on their texting and stuff like that.
Right.
I worry about that shit all the time.
I mean,
You know what?
I always
I
try to
pay attention as much as I can, man. I'm always watching the other drivers and like I'm looking in their windows and like
it's
I
a
kind
game.
of tend to notice a little bit of everything. It don't mean that something can't happen. Don't get me wrong, you know, but
Yeah. But it's a game. I mean, I play it every day when I ride. It's like who's trying to kill me today, and I'm looking and playing a game of chess. Like who's going to do it to me today? And it's actually fun for me. Same thing when I fly. If an engine goes out, I'm always looking prepared to where I'm going to land. I still enjoy the ride though. I
right.
make it kind of fun in my head. But you could be as defensive as possible, but it takes 1 second for something just to happen, and you have no say in what's going to happen. So we live in borrowed time. So.
Right.
Tiger asked John and Heather, have you ever rode the back of the Dragon in Virginia? BOTD store is where I discovered Born to Ride magazine.
No, we did when we were in North Carolina. We did the Blue Ridge Expressway. That was interesting. I didn't do that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't rode in Virginia. That's one place I haven't rode just yet.
Is that the one going toward Gatlinburg? You know,
it might be. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, Gatlinburg area is really pretty to ride.
Yeah, because they have that house out there, that mansion in West Street of.
Yes, we're going to Virginia.
Yeah, we're going to be riding. Yeah, we're going to be some point. I know one of Ride setting us up there for a interview and a shoot for this old mansion that's up there with beautiful roads all around it. So sometimes they'll do like a one tank wonder thing, you know. You can ride here, and I'll have like the B&B and all the roads around it, and we'll do that, you know. And we'll send that in, you know. And it's just good stuff, and we can use it all on the show. That's why he was saying, how do you get your material? We'll have the material, we'll put it together, and we'll just do a show about what we did that week. And that week, if we rode, you know, even to like Ozello Trail, you know, or one of those beautiful places, we'll tape it with the GoPro.
Like we're going to plan an airboat ride excursion now.
We'll
We're
go
going to go try that and ride out to the airboats and see how that is.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We ride everywhere we go.
Mhm.
Everything we do, we ride to.
We try to. That's
Yeah.
why our bike is so heavy, because I got a suitcase.
We have a trunk on our
I got
bike,
a trunk on my
actually.
bagger, if that tells you anything. It's like a 8 square foot trunk that extends up like this. And I get so much gear in the bike that sometimes I can feel the front tire doing this on my bagger. As I'm trying to turn, you know? Yeah, and the pipes break the pipes as I'm making a turn because the bike's so damn low because of all the weight in it. But you know, we ride everywhere, and that's what we like to do. You know, I love just to go ride somewhere, and then when we get to film the way there, go eat, film, you know, where we were at, the people that were around there, take some nice pictures.
You never know who you're going to meet and what story they have, and what you never know
Right.
what they've been through.
So it's not really written. It's not like a writing article. Will be more of a video telling a story.
That's
I
awesome,
find that's
man.
the most
You know,
interesting.
it's hard.
about
It's
it.
hard for us bikers to find a girl that will like ride or die, like ride all day and all night, kind of. You know what I mean? So it's cool that you guys found each other like that.
Yes.
Oh my God, that makes a huge difference. I mean, when I found Jess, and
Mhm.
I when I first fell in love, when I asked her, I go, hey, do you want to take the car or the bike? This is when we first met. She goes, always bike. So after that, you know, I was like, okay, I'm in love. And then she would ride. I mean, rain, shine, whatever, she'll ride. But then, of course, since I like flying too, we ride everywhere. But then weekend getaways are nice to try to fly. But then I contemplate the flying and the riding and stuff all the time.
Again,
That's my thing.
Right.
Well, you know, we have to ask ourselves.
You just got to get a bigger plane so you can put your bike in it.
Yeah, there you go.
And drag it back.
What makes you know, women so special in what we do? Because they're a different breed than a regular woman out there, citizen, as me and Danny and Carlos would call it.
You got that right.
Well, I mean, and they do have bigger hearts. Like, for instance, what Jess did today, without saying anything to me, we're going to go get breakfast for Mother's Day with our daughter. And she says, let's stop by the grocery store. I was like, for what? And she didn't say it. She just bought some roses. I'm like, okay, what's this for? We go to the diner. She hands all the waitresses and the owner, all the women, roses for Mother's Day. You know, it's just the heart that they have. I noticed it's a different breed, man.
Right around Thanksgiving, we had a friend of ours that was in need, and she was really upset because she didn't have enough money to be able to have a Thanksgiving dinner for her family and have a little bit left for Christmas. So the first thing that Heather did was, John, let's go shopping. We grabbed our credit card, figured out what we had, and we bought her what we could. It was enough for a Thanksgiving for her and her kids, and enough that she could have some Christmas, you know, a turkey and stuff that's frozen that she could have until then. And we love doing it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Her idea.
That's what this is about, man.
Love it. And that's what I like people seeing, you know, in the comment section, and people seeing, like, just, you know, regular people but with big hearts compared to what people really think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that epitomizes what an, you know, that, you know, clubbers have, you know, good hearts and stuff, but, you know, the independent riders that really make up this lifestyle are really something special. They look at life different, and they truly ride their asses off. And I know Danny's brought that up before. But as independents, what kind of stuff do you look forward to? Is it just the freedom? Is it just taking it to the edge, jumping off, riding where you want?
That's it right
All
there.
of that.
That's it right there. Not
I was gonna say all of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of the above, but especially not being told that I can't ride somewhere. You know,
right?
Because, you know, you can't ride there. That area is too black and white. Oh no, that area is too red and white. No. I'm independent. I know them all. I ride through and I say hi to everybody. You know, I will.
No.
I'll ride with them.
We like everybody.
I like everybody. I like to meet everybody, and I like to be able to be independent because I can do that. If I'm in an MC or like just a club that's really, you know, like with tight members, it's hard to be able to go and do that
in certain areas.
Yeah, it is.
You go and do that wherever we want. And
you can't wear certain things. You can't talk to certain old friends sometimes.
Certain venues, exactly. Here we can go anywhere, we can do anything, and we can see anybody.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have any problem. And we don't have to answer to anyone. And that's the best part
I
of
have
it.
to watch my back every 5 minutes.
Well, and you can go to more. You can go to more events. I mean, that's the whole thing. You can go to any event, and have fun and just enjoy what you feel. Right, riding in the bike, you feel nature. You can smell the smells. It just, I don't know. That's what I love about it. All my senses are always just heightened on the bike in general.
And he don't have much sense, so.
At all. At all.
That's for sure.
This is the only 2 cents I have: cervezas and tacos. That's it.
I'm down with the tacos.
Damn right.
So
you know what? I'll take the cerveza too.
One of the last questions I have is, how have you dealt with the success of your show? When you're out and about, people coming up to you, how have you dealt with that? Danny has dealt with it good, but, you know, we're talking to you.
It's cool, man.
I didn't deal with it good at all.
It's exciting. We love it.
I just think it's cool that somebody else watches what I'm doing, like the content that I'm creating, because we're independent
Right.
creators. And it just feels cool to have somebody else appreciate something that we love to do.
And appreciate our art and our work.
Yeah, because I work hard to get like the pictures to look good, to get the lighting right, and it's nice when somebody can really appreciate the job that I do. And I don't charge anything. I don't I have to have a regular job to pay my bills, but I love to be able to do it. It's just the passion that's involved with it.
And I love doing what I do, and I enjoy it. And and of course, anything that makes John happy makes me happy, because I like seeing him happy. So
Damn right.
Yeah, I back him.
You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you, Danny.
They are, ain't they? You're jealous.
They
Danny.
really are, man. I am a little bit. You're a blessed man, John. God bless you, brother.
You're still trying to deal with all the stuff when you go out and about, and I'm sure Wild on Twos does too. It's a different lifestyle that we have to live as creators and stuff.
Yeah.
I love meeting people. I love the fact that when I get a message from somebody that I've inspired them, or I've helped them throughout the day, or I've made them feel about themselves, that makes me feel good. It
Right.
makes me feel really good for myself, and it makes me feel better about anything that might have been not going well that day.
Yeah, it makes somebody happy.
Right.
It's a simple.
It's cool, but it's such a weird experience for me because I've lived a certain type of life my whole life. So I really need to work on getting used to, this random people walking up like, hey, what's up? Because normally my defense goes up like, what's up?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
you're up like this.
Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, I like
something like that. Yeah.
there's a lot of viewers that actually don't ride motorcycles, and I like hearing the stories of by listening to us that they tried and want to ride motorcycles, and that's how we grow the community so it doesn't die off. So that's my goal, to get more people riding on motorcycles and keep the tradition. So the newer traditions and mixed with some old ones alive to a point, but keep growing. Not see it die off, and because the average age, it might be in the 40s, and of course bikes are more expensive now. I mean, there's great cheap bikes out there, cheap bikes. You don't need a Harley, but it is really expensive. It's easier to get a rat bike, get that going, or a little. I don't know.
One of the really neat things that we love to do is just to get with an old timer and hear some of the stories. Because if you really get to hear,
I love that.
How it really was, old school was
back in the 70s,
back in the day, and you really know how tradition was, and you know how the life really was, and what MC life was, and what it was like, and compared to what's going on nowadays, what the difference was.
Yeah, I like hearing their tips.
I met an old biker that I used to work with. I'm sorry, go ahead, Carlos.
Oh no, sorry about that. No, I like when they tell me the tips of not just stories, but of their travels, and they'll tell you a million tips that I didn't even think of riding, and make my trip much better and enjoyable compared to before.
Have you guys ever met Panhead Billy?
Can't say that that name sounds familiar.
What's the name of it?
Panhead Billy.
No, I mean we know a Panhead Frank.
Okay, so look him up. You can Google Panhead Billy, Billy Barrows, I think, or something like that. He's an old dude, man, and he's old gray beard. And you guys saying that reminded me of it. So like one day, I was at Walmart in my local area, and I was walking into Walmart, and I see this old Panhead sitting there, and it's got bags strapped to it. I mean, it just looked all ugly, oil covered everywhere. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, man, that's a cool bike, man. And my ex, so a lady, she's like, I don't know, it's kind of ugly. And I'm like, no, that's a brother that's been on the road for a while, man. That's freaking cool, So we went inside. I come back out, and dude's sitting there trying to pour some oil on his bike, but he had some tools out and stuff. So I walked over by him and I said, hey man, you all right? You need a hand or anything? And he goes, I'm just putting some oil in it, you know. And he's like, you know, I only had enough money to get you know, get a quart for right now, and that should get me to Milwaukee. I'm going to the rally, and I'm like, hey, listen, man, I'm like, here's $20. You know, I threw him $20, and I'm like, go grab some oil if you need it, or you know, if you need more money, let me know, man. And I'm like, if you need a place to crash for the night, you know, or you know, work on your scoop, man, I'm like, come over to my crib. You know, I got a whole shop, you know, and I'm like, you're more than welcome to stay, get dinner, whatever, right? So I start talking with the guy, and it turns out it was like 1970 something. His wife left him, and he had this panhead in his garage, and it was an old basket case. And he put this panhead together, and he took whatever he could. He loaded up his bike as good as possible, and he left his house that day, and he never went back since 1970 something. He's been on the road on that old hardtail panhead, just riding, man, living life. And I'm like, dude, I mean, I was like, I was starstruck, and I don't get starstruck. I've been around, you know, very famous movie stars and rappers and everything in my security days. And this guy, I was just like, you know, like he was such a cool dude, man. He was just an awesome dude. And so like he rides to like all the different events, and he'll actually like work the events. Like Harley will pay him to, you know, set up camps and do whatever, you know, and that's what he does, man. That's how he makes a little bit of, you know, a little bit of bread for the road to get him to the next state. You know, it's so cool, man.
We're gonna look him up.
Gunpowder. If you ever want to come on the show, just get a hold of me on Instagram. You can come on, man. I'll get you scheduled in.
Who is this Gunpowder?
Gunpowder Nitro. But wild on too.
Oh, that's my buddy over there. Yeah.
Start our final thoughts on everything, man.
No, this is what I mean. I love listening to, especially a great couple like this, and it makes people smile. Just seeing them happy, talking about what they do, how much they love doing it, helping each other out. I mean, that's just awesome. There's not much more you can say than that. I mean, that just embodies an independent writer.
Thank you.
It does, and you know, it does. Danny, what's your final thoughts, man, before I hand it over to John and Heather?
Well, first I want to say, John and Heather, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you. It was an honor talking to you guys. You guys are living life. I admire you. I'm living through you right now. It's great what you guys are doing, and keep doing your thing, man. Much love and respect.
Watch John. Well, John and Heather, you get to take over the show. You get to say whatever you want to say. You're on now. Go for it.
Well, I just want to say, everybody, keep it shiny side up and rub it side down. You know, that's we kind of live by that, you know, because you just want to keep it shiny side up. Be happy, be nice, ride with your buddies, live life to its fullest, and pay it forward when you can. Always keep that rubber side down, which means, you know, you don't want to go out there too trash to be on the road. I'm a really firm believer that, you know, everybody needs to party. You need to ride safe. Your choice of helmets, I don't even get into that, you know, but you need to ride safe. Pay it forward. Love your brother. Love your sister. You know, one of these days you might need help. You know,
always make sure that you offer to help others.
Yeah, don't burn your bridges, man. Always, you know, help others. Always, you know, love your friend next to you, because, like I said, that might be the last time you see your brother. This happened to us just a few weeks ago. We lost a friend to a motorcycle accident out of the blue, man. Patty, you know.
Yeah, so you never know.
You never know. It's the last time.
Sorry for your loss, guys.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Exactly.
You know, and hopefully Gary, your husband's going to make it out, because he's still in ICU. But, you know, it's just, you have to love that person you're with, because you don't know the last time you're going to see him. Life is too short.
Life is meant to be lived, so you better enjoy life and live it. Enjoy motorcycles, because motorcycles are fun. It's exciting, and enjoy the smells, enjoy the sights, enjoy everything that you can do, you can see, you can taste, you can smell. I mean, motorcycles are just it. It is a way of life.
It really is.
100.
Man,
right on.
All right, guys, but I just want to say, make sure everybody hit that like, hit the subscribe to all our channels. If you're not subscribed, go check out John and Heather's channel, Hollywood's, Danny Delos, and myself. And much love and respect to everybody.
Rock on, man. Rock on.
Thank you.
We appreciate having you guys on the show. You know,
Thank
I'm
you
an
so
avid
much.
watcher of you guys. But anyway, that's the show, guys. We'll talk to you later. Rock on.